Hey everyone. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lisa Wright Bryant, and I'm president of the Westchester University Alumni Association, class of 1987. And I want to welcome you to our very first show of airing of Ramblings Live. Now, I know you're saying, listen, I am quarantined, I'm home, I'm working from home, I'm teaching from home. And guess what? We heard you. And so, what better way to engage our alums than to take it to you, to your living room, to your cell phone, to wherever you are, and we are going to have a great time today. So today, our first guest on our very first show, we're going to have a young lady that we're going to have a good time today. Her name is Jessica Micchelli. She is the morning co host at 99.5 FM WJBR. And she is also class of 2014 and a communication studies major. So at this time, Jess will come on and let's have a conversation. Please welcome Jessica Micchelli.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you
Woo-hoo!
so much for having me and thinking of me for the inaugural Ramblings Live. I love this.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. See, and you know what? So this means that you're going to set the bar. I'm telling you, you're
Uh-oh.
going to set
No
it.
pressure.
No pressure. You know what to do. You know what to do. Just be yourself.
Yes.
You just be yourself. So how are you doing with this whole quarantine situation?
Everyone, whenever somebody asks that, I always say I'm doing the best I can.
Hmm.
I think everybody is. It's shocking to say the least
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
for me, I went on my bachelorette party March 5th through the 8th. I got back, and then that weekend we didn't even go out to we wouldn't even go out to dinner. Like we were just home, and we've pretty much been home ever since. And then within a couple of
Hmm.
weeks, I was actually working from home, doing the radio show from home, and so it's just shocking to see. Delaware had 0 cases, and then within a couple of weeks, we're at over 1,000 cases, and it's just everywhere. And
Yes.
the thing that's the scariest, I think, that gives people the most anxiety is that there's not really a timeline as to
Hmm.
when things are going to get better, when things are going to go back to normal. So I think collectively as a community, we all just need to stay inside and be patient and allow ourselves to feel what we feel and do our best.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? That's why we decided as Alumni Association and Alumni Relations and Justin, we decided, you know what? In the midst of all of this, we need some lighthearted fun for
Absolutely.
just 30 minutes, 25 minutes once a week, right?
The news will always be there, and all of that panic and information will always be there. But take some time to find some joy and something lighthearted and just have fun.
Exactly, exactly. So before we get into our conversation, I want to speak to our viewers out there. Few things, viewers. Tell us, number one, where you are. Where are you? Where in the world? Remember that where in the world is Carmen Santiago? Please tell us where in the world are you, Golden Rams? So in the chat feed, put down I am in and then put where you are located. Not only that, if you have some questions for Jess, may I call you Jess?
Of course.
Okay. If you have some questions for Jess, please put them in the feed.
Yes.
That sounds good, Golden Rams? Okay. And one more thing. Let me share this with you, Jess. I'm ready.
Oh, I love
Yes.
it. Go Rams.
And
Rammy.
Sammy. Woo-hoo.
Oh, he looks good.
I know, right?
Uh-huh.
Hasn't changed a bit in 30 years.
Here it is.
So let me ask you a question. Let's get it started. So I said in the introduction that you were a class of 2014. Tell us more about your major and how you ended up at WJBR. So I know that's a big question, but basically tell us about that.
Okay, so I studied communication studies, and I was on WC, where I was on the radio station. I ended up as the program director my junior and senior year, and
Mhm.
I always wanted to do radio, but it's really a tough industry to break into, especially to be on the air. You kind of have to move around, and we're in the Philadelphia area, and Philadelphia is a really big market, so you have to have a lot of experience to work on air in Philly. So
Mm-hmm.
as graduation was approaching, I was just looking for jobs, and I emailed someone in North Carolina, and I was like, I just made my own air check. I just kind of like produce something really quick in the radio station with the equipment that we had. And I was like, here's what I sound like on the radio. I was like, I graduated 2 weeks. I want a radio job. And he emailed me back right away. He's like, if you're willing to come on down, he's like, this job is yours. So I started out on
Uh-huh.
I started out on the air there, and then I was kind of hoping to be closer to home. I found a producer job in Delaware, and
Mm-hmm.
I was producing a morning talk show for several years. And then, as radio happens, they made some changes with the radio station. And I saw an ad for a job at WJBR. And I was like, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
qualified for this. And I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, time's gone by. I'm totally
That's
qualified.
right. Uh-huh.
I went for an interview, and I came home and I was like, wow, never going to hear from those people again. They asked me my name, and I was like, my what? Had no idea, but apparently I made a good impression somehow, and I ended up there, and it's been about 2.5 years.
Wow.
So it's been really great. I love Wilmington. I love this market. I love where I live. I love the community that I live in. I love being on the radio. So
Mm-hmm.
it they always say it all works out in the end, and it did.
It does. It does. So you mentioned that your passion, and it sounds like it, your passion is radio, but I want to back up something. I want to go back, hit the rewind.
Okay.
What brought you to Westchester in the first place?
So I applied out of high school. I was waitlisted, and I ended up taking a completely different track. I ended up at Florida Gulf Coast University.
Really?
Yes, because the winter of 2010 was really cold, and I was like,
It was.
I don't have to do this anymore. So I ended up at a school in Florida, and
Uh-huh.
wanted to be, after the first year, I wanted to be closer to home and have,
Hmm.
in-state tuition. And I always loved Westchester. So when I got it,
Yeah.
I ended up at Westchester.
And you haven't looked back?
No,
No.
no.
So my second question or third question is the experience that you got from Westchester. You transferred from Florida, you came back to the cold weather, and then you decided, definitely want to go into radio. Between the time you set foot on campus and where you are now, can you tell us some of the experiences that you had at Westchester and how they prepared you for where you are now?
So I, I met so many amazing people at Westchester who I really found believed in me. And I think
Hmm.
very inspirational. And I made these incredible relationships and friendships with people who really kind of teach you outside of family what unconditional
Yes.
love is. And they saw a lot in me, and it really builds your confidence. And that's definitely something you need, especially when you're doing an on-air kind of gig. And
Hmm.
I think that the broadcasting facilities at Westchester are really, really good for getting your feet wet and getting some experience, and kind of teaching you how to work equipment, teaching you how to have a persona on the air. And the professors have always been amazing. I also worked at Psych Student Union, and that was a really, really tight knit group. And
Yes.
and it was people who were in all different backgrounds, all different majors, all different organizations, all different clubs. But it was just a way for people who never would have met, you know, in any other way than working at Sykes. And we had all these like, leadership conferences and icebreaker activities, and
Hmm.
we all just were really, really close. So I think
That's
that really teaches you how to be part of a team and appreciate your
it
coworkers.
does.
Yeah, so
It does. It
oh,
does.
that's
Look
the
at the picture.
that's the deck staff from the radio station. So when we were on the radio station, we were at some, I forget, maybe it was a gala.
Okay.
I honestly, I'm so embarrassed. I forget what that event was, but we all got dressed up and we got to go to Sykes, and we had dinner, and it was like it was for organizations.
Yes, yes, yes. So do you still keep in touch with some of those people in the picture?
Here and there, yeah. Actually, the girl all the way on the left, I just talked to her the other
Uh-huh.
day because like a memory came up on my phone of us like hanging out. And like there's a very good chance that it was that night that we all went out after that.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. Something like that. Yeah, so I do keep in touch with them here and there, not as much as I used to, but we were all really close.
Good, good, good. Let's see some more pictures. Take you down memory lane.
Yes.
So we're going to wait. Okay, no, we're not. Here we go. Here's some more pictures. Tell us about this one. Talk to us.
Banana Day. So we were
Uh,
we were handing out T-shirts on South Campus.
huh.
We're on the left is Shayna. I still talk to her all the time, and I think that guy is someone named Danny who was on the radio station. But we were giving out T-shirts, and Banana Day T-shirts are highly coveted. So people will do anything for a shirt.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but what happened with Banana Day this year? Because I guess it must have been.
Yeah, well, all the events have been canceled, with because of the situation. But guess what? There will be another Banana Day next year.
Good, good.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Newsflash. Banana Day is going virtual on the 15th.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. Do you still have your shirt?
Somewhere. Or yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad we have Zoom and all the different technology so we can go virtual. So,
Mm.
but you mentioned about the fact that when you worked at Sykes and how it was a family. And I know that when I give different speeches on campus, I always like to add, please come back home. And I always encourage the alums, hey, listen, we are a Golden Rams family. So I have another question for you. I have another question for you. Now, what kind of advice would you give to the students that are still at Westchester? What would you tell them?
So that are still at Westchester, are they graduating?
Yeah,
So
I like that one. How about graduating students?
students who are graduating, don't be discouraged. I mean, right now things at Westchester are really good. It's fun. You're in your last year. You're having a great
Hmm.
time, and then things are going to change. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, you do lose touch with people, and it's never personal, and
Mhm.
that's okay. But you just got to keep moving on because you can't go back. And I remember when I first graduated, I wanted to go back so bad, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I certainly miss those days. But where I am now, I would never go back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would never. I mean, I loved it. Don't get me wrong, but I would never go back to.
And
Just keep looking forward, reminisce. But
right. Right.
the world keeps spinning.
That's right.
The world.
That is good. That's good piece of advice. So at this time, what we're going to do, we're going to go to Facebook for a question or two.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, the lunchbox,
Okay.
the lunchbox, or the Greek truck. Oh, the Greek truck was
Okay.
so good.
All right. What was your favorite food to get on the Greek truck? Talk to us.
So I actually don't eat meat anymore, but I would get the gyros or the gyros, as some people call them. Oh, they're so good.
Oh, yum.
As usual.
Oh, yum. Okay. So at this time, it's time for a game.
Okay,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. It's called Rapid Fire Ram. So that's why Rammy, and I'm going to cheer you on. Okay, you ready? Okay, wait a minute. Let me make sure Rammy. Here we go. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Okay. Next. Uh-oh. Alibis or Jakes?
So
Uh-oh.
alibis before all the cool kids started showing up. And then when it got really crowded and you couldn't get inside or there was a bathroom line, I went back to Jake's.
With the t-shirt, right?
Yes, of course.
Definitely. This is hard.
Delaware.
Pennsylvania.
Delaware.
Pennsylvania. Delaware.
Del-
Delaware's better. All right.
Delaware. Yeah. Summer.
Summer, winter. Okay.
No cold.
Now, here we go.
You are. Sorry, Matt and Justin.
Here we go.
Yoga. I'm a yoga teacher.
Really?
Yoga and bar classes, yeah. So I got to say,
Really?
mm-hmm.
We'll talk more about that one. Beach or
Beach,
lake?
beach.
Beach.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel like when I go in the lake,
Uh-huh.
I feel like if I taste fresh water, it freaks me out. Red wine or white wine, I don't discriminate.
All right.
Drink it all.
Okay, here we go. Rammy or Ram statue.
Rammy. That's
Next.
that's not fair. That's not fair. But
We'll talk to the producer about that one.
I'm gonna say the Beatles.
Which
Burrito,
one?
burrito loco.
All right.
Burrito loco for sure.
Burrito Loco. Okay, well, that is it of rapid fire. I think you've passed the test.
I like that.
You definitely have. So I have a question. I got to go back. You said between yoga and Zumba, you picked yoga because you are a yoga instructor. So tell our audience about yoga.
Actually,
How did you get into it? Tell us all about it.
so I started it several years ago with my mom, and
Uh-huh.
we would take classes. And then I saw that Westchester had a yoga class, so I took it as an elective.
Mhm.
And then senior year, I had another elective left over, so I took yoga too with Allison Donnelly. Yeah,
Really?
I love. She is just absolutely wonderful. And
Yes.
so as I was graduating, I realized that you can actually get your yoga teacher training certificate at Westchester as like a month.
Really?
You get your 200-hour with Allison, at least when I was there. So
Okay.
I always told myself if I didn't get a radio job, I was going to spend the summer and get my certification to teach yoga. But I ended up getting a radio job, so that was kind of put on hold. So
Uh-huh.
when I moved to Delaware, I was walking around my neighborhood called Trolley Square, and I saw a
Hmm.
sign. It said, "Want to be a yoga teacher?" And I was like, "Yes." And I walked in and I joined the yoga studio. I signed up for the teacher training, and I still go to that yoga studio. And I've met some of my best friends in Delaware there, and I like
Really?
training, and I teach there on Wednesdays at 5. And well, not right now. They're actually doing all their classes online.
Okay.
But I Pure Yoga Pilates studio in Trolley Square. I love it there. Amazing community.
Mm. I have to look you up when we can come outside again.
I know. Can't wait.
Yes. Well, Jess, I want to say thank you so much on behalf of the Westchester University Alumni Association and Ramblings Live for being our very first guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. And to our Golden Rams that are watching, we are going to have pick. Oh, you definitely wave.
Hi, Golden Rams. Thanks for
Yes.
watching.
Okay, wait a minute. How you Rams up. Can you do that, Jess? The Rams up. Yeah. Bring it down a little bit. There you go.
Yay.
There you go. Rams up. And so, Golden Rams, I want to tell everyone that on the 15th, we are going to have Pat Galen, class of 2007. You see where he's from. He's from Channel 3. He's going to be here. That is going to be the 15th at 12 o'clock. All righty, let's say hi one more time to everybody online. Hi, Patty. Patty, class of 81. How you doing? Rams up. Thanks again for viewing Ramblings Live on behalf of Rammy, the Alumni Association. I will see you on the 15th. Rams up. Take care. Have a good one.